Good afternoon, everybody. Actually, it's morning. I don't even know what time it is anymore. Anyway, so I've got a new binder. It's a Tru Bind, and I figured I would show you how to use it. So it took me a minute because I was like, I've never used a mechanical binder like this before. Usually it's just manual with my comb binder that's up there. But as you can see, it's beautiful here. So I figured I'd go ahead and just show you how to use it so you don't have to figure it out like I did. Okay, so first things first, this is where you're gonna punch the papers. I'm gonna try and see if I can do this one-handed. Might be a little tricky, might have to figure something else out. So I've got my stack of papers here. Just trying to get a little bit. I think it says it can punch 20 sheets of paper at a time. I like to do a little bit less just because it's easier to punch. So you're going to flip it down the way that you want to flip it. Make sure it's all padded in there. And again, hard to do with one hand. Hold on a second. There we go. So you're going to take it out. It's going to have all those holes. So I'm going to go ahead and just do the rest of that on a time lapse. Okay, so now that that's all done, you're going to kind of take it. I like to just bounce it on top of this part here. Make sure all of the cuts line up. It'll make your job a lot easier. Just make sure they're all together. So all lined up. Now the next part, you're going to get your coil, which I did have. I was prepared for this, but I don't know where it is. So I'm going to go get my coil from up here. And now you do have to start it. Sorry, I got too close. You do have to start it for the machine. So you're going to get your coil here, and you're going to start to put it through. I will. Hi. About, I think it says 4 or 5. I like to do 5. So you're just going to spin it, press it through, spin it. Okay, now it is through. Now this plugs into the wall, the Tru Bind does. So now you're going to, I'm not sure if you can see that. Hold on just a second. Let me move it. Nope. Further away. There we go. Now you can see the little button. So there's a little red button here, and I'll show you a closer look after I do this. You're going to turn on the red button. You've got this here. As you can see, my finger moves and I put it on it. Now, my first mistake was I was just holding it like this the whole time, right on here. Now, you don't want to do that. And ideally, you would think you do want to do that, but you don't. Because this little coil part will come through, and it won't go through any of the loops. It'll just come through, and then it gets stuck in the machine. So, watch. I'm just going to put it on a little bit at a time. Okay, so I realized that the coil I was using was too small. So I got a bigger coil. Let's try out again. There we go. See, as I kind of just move it down the line like this. And it is kind of funny. Okay, so here's the close-up. So here's how you turn it on. Then you want to make sure when the coils are on the curriculum, you know, when you're putting it up, that obviously they're in these little holes like this. So while you're putting it on, you know, you make sure you line it up and just move it down the line. Now, if you make a mistake and you want, or if you, you know, for any reason, if you want to unbind it, then you're just going to flip it around the other way and it'll come out. Okay, so once it's all through, it comes with these clippers where you can just clip off the end here. Oops. So just clip off the end, and there it is. So it does take some trial and error. Definitely something to get used to. I'm used to the comb binder, but this is awesome. It's much prettier. It's more aesthetically pleasing, but also when you turn stuff like this, it folds all the way down, which is the big seller for me. It's not popping off all the time, you know, it's working a lot better. So I hope that helps. I hope my mistakes have made you laugh, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll add the Coils and the Tru Bind Amazon links in my description.